Hi friends, welcome to our Studies YouTube channel. This is part 32 in Azure Synapse Analytics playlist. In this video, we are going to discuss about different ways to create notebook in Azure Synapse Analytics. We know that we can create a notebook under development tab in the Azure Synapse Analytics. So far, if you have seen all my videos, by this time you already know that. Anyhow, I will be showing that again once again. There is another way also to create a notebook which is called import existing notebook. So I am going to discuss both these options in this video. It is going to be a short video only. So let me go to Synapse Workspace. So here under Synapse Workspace, if you go to develop menu, under develop menu by hitting this plus and by selecting this notebook option, you can create a notebook here, right? And here once you create a notebook, you need to attach your notebook with a Spark pool, and also you can select a default language. So here I selected Python as a default language. So for example here I can write my Python code, right? So for this demo I'm just simply writing like hello world maybe here. Okay, so now if I let me type it here hello world, and now if I hit this run button, this will do, this is going to start the session and this is going to execute this code whatever I have in this cell, and then that output will be printed here itself. So this is how we will create a notebook and we will work it. Of course we will try to interact with data like storages and read the files and maybe load the files back to the storages, creating data frames, doing transformations, all that stuff we will do. This is a simple demo of showing you how to create a notebook, so I'm not going in details about it. So this is how. Let's wait for the session to start here and let's wait, let's see whether this message will be printed there or not. Great. We see our Apache Spark session is started in couple of seconds. Now it is going to run this. See, it ran this code and it printed hello world as output as well. So this is one way of creating a notebook. Under development menu, hit this plus sign and create a notebook. So now I am going to discuss about the another important way of creating a notebook, which is importing existing Python notebook. So if I go to presentation, if you see here, there are two ways to create a notebooks. One is you can create a notebook directly, or you can import an existing notebook into Synapse Workspace. How you can import? This Synapse notebooks, whatever we create, they will actually recognize standard Jupyter notebooks, which is IPYNB files. That means interactive Python notebook files. Okay. So what is this IPYNB files? I am going to explain in just a bit with small example and all, and then I will show you how to import this IPYNB file, that means interactive Python notebook file, into Azure Synapse as a notebook. So to explain that, let me do one thing. Let me open Visual Studio Code in my system. So because I want to create a IPYNB file first, and then I want to execute that and show you, and then I want to import that file into my Synapse Workspace. So I opened a Visual Studio Code here. You see there is already one I connected to a folder called test python on my desktop actually. So let me do one thing. Let me hit this file menu. Let me close the all the folders, and then freshly let me connect to one folder and then create that file Jupyter notebook. We will call it like Jupyter notebook file. Let's say open folder, and here on my desktop under Mahir work, there is a folder called test python. So let me select this folder, and inside this folder there are two files actually. Usually Python files will be having extension like .py, right? If I go to this sample.py file, here I have a print statement which is going to print hello world and also which is going to print hello wafa, and there is another file called untitled one IPYNB, that means Jupyter notebook file, which is also going to contain the same thing. See, there are two print statements, print hello mahir, print hello wafa. But if you closely observe, there is a difference in the Python file. Whatever the code we write, we need to execute that at a stretch. I mean, I cannot execute only this line. Always whenever I try to run this Python file, it will run all the code. But in the Jupyter notebooks, in the interactive Python notebooks, what will happen? You will get these cells, and inside each cell you can write the code, and that particular cell alone I can run. I no need to run all the cells. Okay. If you want to run all the cells also, it is possible by hitting this run all button. But this interactive Python notebooks will give you a way to execute your piece of code in a interactive fashion by making it or by separating it as a separate cells, or by grouping all the cells by hitting the run all button. So that is the major difference between this Jupyter notebooks and also between the sample.py file. Okay, so if you want to create a Jupyter notebook in your Visual Studio Code, right, open a command, go to view menu, open command palette. Here you simply search like Jupyter. See here, Jupyter create new blank notebook. This option, once you hit it, right, it is going to create a new Jupyter file here. You can see the extension here, and it is going to create a cells here like this. So one cell is there. If you want to create another cell, you can create another cell like that. Okay, so let me close this, don't save. And now let me go to the existing Jupyter notebook. Here if you see, if I execute this print hello Mahir, let me select this divider. So it is going to print hello Mahir here. It's already printed here because I have executed a couple of minutes before. So you can see that results. Just now I hit this run button, it is still running because if you see the connection is happening with the kernel and execution completed, hello Mahir printed. If I hit this, then only this cell is going to run. Okay, if I change this from hello Wafa to hello Asi, and if I run this, it is going to print hello Asi, right? So that means I am able to execute only this cell. That is this will happen in the Jupyter notebooks or IPYNB files, but in .py files you cannot do that. You need to run it. Whenever you run it, it is going to run all the code. If you see, there are two lines, right? All the two lines of code is going to run now, and if you can see the output also here in below. See, it printed hello Mahir, hello Wafa. Okay, so now what? Now if you this IPYNB file, that means this Jupyter file is in my desktop, right? So if I go to that path, if I go to desktop, if I go to Mahir work, and then if I go to this test Python, inside this I have this file. Now what I am going to do, I am going to import this Python file, this Jupyter notebook file into my Synapse workspace. Why? Because my Synapse workspace supports this IPYNB files. So let me go to my workspace. So here I am going to, under develop menu, hit this plus sign, select this import, and from here I am navigating to the test Python folder, and let me select this IPYNB file and let me hit open. So what this is going to see, it loaded my Python file as a notebook here, and here if I see, I need to connect this with my Apache Spark. Now if I execute these cells, it is going to execute my code here as well. So you can see there are two cells. In first cell I have hello Mahir, in the second cell I have hello Asi. So both the things are going to run now. So just now I hit this run button, it is going to start me. Let me, okay, there is a session failed, run the notebook in a new session. It is asking me to run it in a new session. So let me do one thing, let me hit this run all button first to create a new session. Okay, so let me do one thing, let me go to this notebook here, let me stop this session here which is currently active, that is causing an issue it seems. So once this session stopped, what I am going to do, I am going to start this sessions here by hitting this run button. So let's wait for the session to stop here. Okay, you can see session stopped here. Now let me go to this notebook and let me hit this run cell button. This is going to start new Apache Spark session, and it is going to print these statements as well. So I just want to make sure by running these cells to you, because I haven't typed this code. This file is also automatically came from my local. I basically imported this file. Okay, so what kind of files your Synapse workspace supports? It will support Jupyter notebooks or IPYNB files. If you have them, you can import them as a notebooks into your workspace. So some people will ask this question also in the interviews, like if I have .py file, whether I can import it as a notebook. If I have IPYNB files, whether I can import or not. So like that they will ask. Then your answer should be like, as I said before, Synapse notebooks can recognize Jupyter notebooks which are nothing but like IPYNB files. IPYNB means interactive Python notebook files. Okay, so let's go to here. You can see here my session started, it printed the statement. If I hit run here, it is going to print this one as well here. And then once you are done, you can publish all these changes into your Synapse workspace. That means I am practically saving my notebooks into my Synapse workspace. So once the publish done, these notebooks will be saved into your workspace. Whenever you come to your workspace in future, after closing browsers and opening browsers, you will see your notebooks there. So I hope you got the main idea about this video, where basically we imported a Jupyter notebook as a Synapse notebook. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the notifications whenever I add videos. Thank you so much.